Have you ever wondered what would happen if you squatted for 24 hours straight? Now that's a question that you probably never thought you'd ask yourself, but it's a question we're going to explore today. Squatting, a seemingly simple physical movement, is actually quite demanding when sustained over a long period of time. It requires strength, endurance, and a good deal of mental fortitude. However, it's not just the physical challenge we're interested in, but also the potential health risks associated with such an intense, prolonged activity. On the flip side, squatting has been linked to numerous benefits, from boosting our metabolic rate to improving our posture and flexibility. So, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But what exactly happens when you push the boundaries and squat for an entire day? Well, buckle up because we are about to delve into the science behind a day-long squat marathon. So, what exactly happens to your body when you squat? As it turns out, that simple action of bending your knees and lowering your torso isn't so simple after all. Let's start with the muscles involved. When we squat, we're primarily engaging the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. These are some of the largest muscles in our body, which means they require a lot of energy to function. This energy demand kickstarts various metabolic processes in our body, converting the food we've eaten into usable energy. Now let's dive deeper. When we squat, our muscles contract. This contraction is facilitated by a chemical reaction where adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, is broken down into adenosine diphosphate, or ADP, releasing energy in the process. Our bodies store enough ATP for only a few seconds of intense exercise, so additional ATP must be synthesized from our body's stores of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. As the body works to generate more ATP, we start to breathe heavily. This is because our bodies need more oxygen to produce ATP. This increased demand for oxygen causes our heart rate to rise, pumping more blood to the working muscles and away from areas where it's not immediately needed. The squat is also a weight-bearing exercise, meaning it puts stress on our bones. But don't worry, this is a good kind of stress. When our bones are subjected to the weight of our body, they respond by becoming stronger and denser. So, in essence, squatting is a full-body workout. It engages multiple large muscle groups, triggers chemical reactions for energy production, boosts our cardiovascular system, and promotes bone health. But what would happen if we took this activity to the extreme? What if we squatted not just for a few minutes, but for an entire day? Now that we know how a squat affects your body, let's see what could happen if we sustain this for a full 24 hours. Imagine yourself squatting for an entire day. Sounds intense, right? Now let's journey into the realm of the hypothetical. The first thing we need to consider when envisioning a 24-hour squat marathon is the sheer physical demand it would place on the body. Your muscles, especially those in the lower body such as the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, would be under constant tension. This sustained contraction could lead to muscle fatigue and potential damage if not properly managed. Let's not forget the pressure this would put on your knees and hips, which could potentially lead to joint injuries. Next, let's think about the toll on the cardiovascular system. Squatting is a compound movement that engages multiple muscle groups at once, thereby increasing your heart rate and blood pressure. Over 24 hours, this would significantly tax your cardiovascular system, leading to potential exhaustion if not properly managed. But it's not just the physical strain we need to consider. The mental challenge of maintaining a squat position for an entire day, pushing through fatigue and discomfort, would require incredible mental fortitude and focus. It's important to remember that our brains are part of the equation too, and that mental exhaustion can be just as debilitating as physical fatigue. But let's not forget about the body's incredible ability to adapt and recover. Given adequate rest and nutrition, your body would begin repairing the muscle damage almost immediately, leading to increased strength and endurance over time. This is the principle behind resistance training and muscle growth. So we've painted a pretty grueling picture here, but it's not all doom and gloom. The hypothetical 24-hour squat marathon pushes the boundaries of what we might think is possible, and in doing so, it forces us to consider the incredible resilience and adaptability of the human body. So we've seen the potential risks, but what about the potential benefits? Could there possibly be any benefits to this extreme physical challenge, one might wonder? Well, theoretically there might be a few. For instance, enduring a 24-hour squat could potentially lead to increased physical endurance. Your muscles, pushed beyond their normal limits, could experience significant strength gains. In addition to physical benefits, the mental toughness required to complete such a demanding task is not to be overlooked. The sheer willpower needed to overcome the discomfort and keep going could potentially fortify your mental resilience. However, it's crucial to emphasize that these benefits are purely speculative, and the potential risks likely far outweigh them. Overexertion could lead to serious injuries and long-term health issues, so while the idea of a 24-hour squat marathon might sound fascinating, it's best to stick to a balanced and safe exercise routine. Remember, fitness is a journey, not a sprint, and certainly not a 24-hour squat marathon. So, what have we learned from our exploration of the 24-hour squat marathon? We've delved into the science of squatting, understanding how it engages multiple muscle groups and can be a powerful full-body exercise. We've examined the physiological processes that occur during squatting, from the initial muscle contraction to the subsequent recovery phase. We've also ventured into the realm of the extraordinary, contemplating the idea of a full-day squat marathon. We've considered the potential risks of such an endeavor, from muscle fatigue and injury to the mental challenge of maintaining such a prolonged activity. On the flip side, we've pondered on the potential benefits, such as increased endurance, muscle strength, and mental fortitude. But as with all things in life, moderation is key. While it's an intriguing thought, your best bet for health and fitness is a balanced, sustainable exercise routine. Thanks for watching, and remember to always prioritize your health and safety in your fitness journey.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narration.